Today we wanted to talk about financial final check for you, future homeowner.
Right, we want to make sure that you're prepared to buy this home. We want to make sure that this is a last-minute reminder, making sure all your checks are covered with finances before we're actually putting in an offer, and that you are truly ready to go on buying this home. So number one thing we're going to talk about.
Number one, we wanted to talk about your closing cost plan, and which definitely you need to be in touch with your lenders closely and also put your real estate agent, which is us, in the loop and make sure that estimated closing cost is as you planned.
Right, because we found this house. I'm going to make up an address again, 123 Main Street. You love it. It's amazing and fits all your boxes. Everything is a check. Well, what we're going to do at this point is we need to talk to the lender, because if you do need closing costs and we need to kind of consider something like that, we need to have a strategy discussion on how to get you that house. So before we go on to the next final checklist, I think we need to do our introduction. So let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Well, let's move on to the reconfirming our proposal pre-approval,
yes.
right?
Therefore, the second step is really reconfirming pre-approval. Remember that first you get the pre-qualification letter from the lender. They might do a soft pull or hard pull, but also when they're going again to the underwriting, you want it to be in the process of the closing, still they're gonna run everything, including your credit score, to make sure everything is good.
And we've had this happen, just so you don't have a buyer beware. We literally had somebody who went and thought about buying a car, had their credit pulled for buying a car, and now their pre-approval was no longer valid on the day we wanted to make an offer. Yes. So we want to make sure you are, and in North Carolina, if we had put that offer in and it would have been accepted, she'd have owed due diligence fee, which is a non-refundable fee. So we want to, even though she is not pre-approved for loans, we always make sure that doesn't happen. So you need to check with the financial terms and conditions on a pre-approval to make sure that you are actually still really ready to go and you didn't even soft pull or hard pull your credit anywhere.
Exactly. Therefore, this is super important. The next thing is homeowners insurance. When you talk to your lender is going to run the numbers based off like an estimate that they know, or average or median in the market, and put that part of your monthly mortgage. But you can also take an action, talk to your real estate agent, or if you know a family member, or talk to your own person that has the auto loan with you to understand if you can get a better lead for your homeowner's insurance.
The next we want to talk about is property taxes. This is the one thing we have no control over. They do come around and reassess every few years about property taxes, but you want to look at the history of the property taxes, see what it is at the current rate that we're talking about when we're buying the property, and understand how those taxes affect your budget, and understand budget taxes are something we can't control.
Exactly. The next thing is homeowners association. Understanding the fee about homeowners association, including the basically frequency and coverage and covenant and restriction, is super important.
But for finances, it's how much does that affect your loan? Is
Exactly.
it $150 a year where it's going to be like $12 a month, or is it going to be $150 a month, and that is something that can more affect seriously that
exactly.
financial check?
Exactly. That's going to affect tremendously your pre-approval. The next thing is utility and maintenance estimate. Definitely have idea that how in average your utility bill is going to look like every month, that you can ask your real estate agent to find out from the seller. And also remember that bringing or thinking about an estimate for the maintenance for the future home ownership is important.
Also, when we're walking around the house deciding if this is a house that you want to put an offer on, I'm just going to add this really quickly. We have noticed how we should be looking at the HVAC. We should be looking at the plumbing. We should be looking at the electric.
Exactly.
Are there things that you can do to improve the maintenance expenses? Are we adding more in the attic, so insulation, and that will help on your expenses. So you have to see what you can do to minimize those expenses.
Exactly. This next item, actually, you should have done it from the beginning, but we say in later that you talk to your mortgage lender, give him notification that inform them about it. You wanted to have the intention to put offers, therefore he pulls that house in the MLS, looking at the property tax and everything that is needed to be done for that type of the house or your loan. Make sure you basically in connection with your lender.
And since interest rates have been such a flux in 2023, now that 2024, hopefully they're going down like they seem to be. But we always want to keep a check on those interest rates, because if maybe you are buying new construction, it's going to be 6 months down the line, then those interest rates are going to be super important. Are you going to lock it? How long? When can you lock it? What is the best time? So those kind of considerations do come into play if we're talking about more than 30 days.
And also how much you need to pay to lock that interest rate.
So we hope this financial final check was great, and now we are ready to put in that offer for you, and we're super excited about it.
And don't forget to call us at 252-327-3357. Alan Victoria here to help.